Namaskar, good evening. You're watching Breaking Ground and I'm Swati Joshi. Let me first take you through the top focus at 5. History was scripted in Big Apple today. Over 50% of New Yorkers voted for a Muslim South Asian candidate who calls himself Trump's worst nightmare. 34-year-old Zohran Mamdani is now the top choice of Americans to hold the mayoral post of New York City. But on Breaking Ground, we debate why celebrate a Hindu baiter like Mamdani. Now, this is about the opposition here in India that has come out in full support, calling his victory historic. Next in Deep Dive, on the eve of first phase of Bihar polls, Rahul Gandhi has dropped a H-bomb, a hydrogen bomb, after Karnataka, Maharashtra voter chori raga in Haryana. From 25 lakh fake voters to predicting own loss in Bihar. We will do a deep dive into the startling revelations that have been made by the leader of opposition. And later in the broadcast in Janata's Take, we'll talk about a recent Kerala High Court ruling that has not only triggered a big debate between laws and tradition, but on the existing rights for women. The court today observed that constitutional mandates must be respected when a Muslim man wants to register a second marriage. We ask you, the Janata, will the High Court ruling lead to? Is it a road to reform or not? We'll tell you how you have responded on this issue. Let's first tell you all about Zoran Mamdani's victory. History was scripted in New York today when over 50% of New Yorkers voted for Zoran Mamdani. And he very proudly says he's young, he's a Muslim, he's a democratic socialist. He's not going to apologize for it. A South Asian candidate who calls himself Trump's worst nightmare. Yes, you heard that right. 34-year-old Zoran Mamdani is now mayor-elect of America's biggest city. New York, with a GDP of $2.297 trillion, has in fact now been elected a democratic socialist, which has led it for the next 4 years. Mamdani made his debut in US politics just about a year ago, but in this short time, he has managed to get the attention of the President of the United States, Donald Trump. Donald Trump has called him a communist lunatic and a disaster waiting to happen after Mamdani declared victory in New York City's Democratic mayoral primary back in June. The US president even went on to say that he would cut federal funding to New York if Mamdani won the election.
And we will build a city hall that stands steadfast alongside Jewish New Yorkers, where the more than 1 million Muslims know that they belong. Not just in the 5 boroughs of this city, but in the halls of power. No more will New York be a city where you can traffic in Islamophobia and win an election.
Well, after the results in an election considered a referendum on him and Republicans, Donald Trump tried to dismiss the bad news by giving reasons. He gave 2 reasons why the Republicans lost these elections. Number 1, Trump wasn't on the ballot, and reason number 2, the ongoing US shutdown. In his victory speech, Mamdani, who once described himself as the worst nightmare of the President of the United States of America, reminded Trump that the city that gave rise to him could also defeat him. He had 4 words for Trump. Turn the volume up. Listen in.
After all, if anyone can show a nation betrayed by Donald Trump how to defeat him, it is the city that gave rise to him. And if there is any way to terrify a despot, it is by dismantling the very conditions that allowed him to accumulate power. This is not only how we stop Trump, it's how we stop the next one. So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
Seen as anti-Modi and anti-Hindu, Zoran Mamdani's victory in India is being celebrated by the ecosystem. MPs from TMC have called this victory historic. Maua Moitra says he hasn't just won NYC. Mamdani has won hearts and has given a hope that love and being brave and true to oneself ultimately triumphs. Abhishek Manu Singhvi of the Congress says Mamdani's victory shows liberal values still prosper in Trumpian US. Islamophobia can work only thus far, and America's most important city and one of the world's most iconic cannot be controlled by Trump. Another MP from Congress, Imran Masood, went a step ahead and said that this victory is in fact a reply to Donald Trump that no one will tolerate dictatorship. In a veiled attack on India, he said others should also learn a lesson that being a dictator won't work.
देखिए, मैं तो व्यक्तिगत रूप से बहुत खुश हूं क्योंकि वो मीरा नायर के बेटे हैं। उनका कनेक्शन हिंदुस्तान से, और ट्रंप जैसे व्यक्ति को जवाब भी मिला है कि निरंकुशता कोई बर्दाश्त नहीं करता है, और इससे और लोगों को भी सबक लेना चाहिए कि निरंकुश होने का प्रयास ना करें, निरंकुशता तबाह करती है।
देखिए, चूंकि ये अमेरिका का मामला है तो इस पे समाजवादी पार्टी को कोई टिप्पणी नहीं करनी है। कहीं का भी लोकतंत्र मजबूत होना चाहिए, ये समाजवादी पार्टी समझती है, और देश का लोकतंत्र मजबूत रहे, अमेरिका का भी लोकतंत्र मजबूत रहे, दुनिया में जहां लोकतंत्र है वो मजबूत रहे। और मदानी की जीत से ये बात स्पष्ट हुई है कि अमेरिका में भी लोकतंत्र है।
Let's open this up and let's go across to our guest. We're joined by Varun Singh, political analyst, Khaliqur Rahman, leader, Congress, Sabir Ali, political analyst. I want to begin with you, in fact. Varun Singh, why is the opposition elated? Why is the opposition so happy that Mr. Mamdani has won the mayoral polls? Is it because of Indian origin or something else?
They are happy because they are happy only because a Hindu hating person has become the mayor of a city called New York, which is one of the biggest city in terms of GDP and many other ways. And they are only happy because he hates Narendra Modi, and they have found an equivalence over there because the opposition hates Narendra Modi. He calls Narendra Modi as a war criminal, and these are the same people who keep on calling Modi with different names. He makes false statements, and none of these people sitting in India have the courage to point it out to him that no, you're wrong. He says that there are no Gujarati Muslims. He doesn't know that Bohra is the biggest Gujarati, the biggest Muslims hail from Gujarat. He makes statements against Hindus. He participates in rallies where Hindus are called thieves, bastards, cow urine drinking people, and he remains quiet, and all these people applaud him only and only. As I said, he's a Hindu hating person, and the opposition over here is equally Hindu hating, and that is the reason you
so you're
can
saying
hear
that's the common point. You're saying that connects
because
them.
he shares he absolutely. When Rahul Gandhi calls Chhat as drama, when Rahul Gandhi calls Hindus as violent in the parliament, and that is the same emotions echoed by someone far away in New York, who else are they going to relate with?
Okay, let me bring in Sabir Ali. Sabir Ali, how do you respond to these allegations, sensational, serious allegations that you are supporting him, celebrating his victory, calling it historic, only because, irrespective of his views and statements, he criticizes Modi?
बहुत ही अफसोस के साथ कहना पड़ रहा है कि अमेरिका का न्यूयॉर्क सिटी में कोई अगर मेयर बन रहा है, उसमें भी यहाँ पर इन लोगों को भारतीय जनता पार्टी के जो सपोर्टर्स है, जो उनके पॉलिटिकल एनालिसिस है, उनको भी इसमें हिंदू और मुसलमान नजर आता है। बहुत अफसोस के साथ कहना पड़ा। अगर इंडियन पॉलिटिक्स में तो हिंदू मुस्लिम करके देश को तबाह कर ही दिया है, अब अमेरिकन पॉलिटिक्स में भी ये हिंदू मुसलमान को।
आपने उनकी विक्ट्री स्पीच सुनी? आपने उनकी विक्ट्री स्पीच सुनी थी साबिर अली जी?
ममदानी साहब जीता न्यूयॉर्क में। ममदानी साहब खुशी इस बात की चली भाई कोई इंडियन हमारे
नहीं, आपने उनकी विक्ट्री स्पीच सुनी? उनका एम्फेसिस इस बात पर था कि वो यंग हैं, वो एक मुस्लिम हैं और वो एक डेमोक्रेट सोशलिस्ट हैं, और उसके बाद उन्होंने कहा कि वो इसमें से किसी के लिए भी माफी नहीं मांगेंगे। उसके बाद उन्होंने इस बात पर भी जोर दिया कि मैं न्यूयॉर्क में ऐसे किसी भी व्यक्ति को जीतने नहीं दूंगा जो कि इस्लामोफोबिया जैसे इश्यूज की बात करेगा। तो वो जब खुद ही अपनी रिलीजियस आइडेंटिटी को नहीं छुपाना चाह रहे हैं और उसको एम्फसाइज कर रहे हैं, तो आप ये क्यों कह रहे हैं कि दूसरों को धर्म दिखाई दे रहा है कि वो हिंदू है या मुसलमान? वो तो खुद ही इस बात को एम्फसाइज किए जा रहे हैं।
सुनिए, न्यूयॉर्क का वो मेयर बना है, उसका न्यूयॉर्क का मुद्दों पे अपना बात कर रहा है, वहां का स्थिति पे बात करेगा। हम भारतवर्ष में बैठ के उनका चर्चा करने के लिए बैठे हुए हैं। भारत का वंशभूत था, हम लोग को खुशी है। चलिए, भारत का कोई जिनके माता पिता भारत से संबंध रखता है, वो अमेरिका में जाके जीता है, हम लोग बधाई देते, मुबारकबाद देते। इससे ज्यादा क्या है? अब वो कहाँ जीत रहा, किस तरीके से काम कर रहा है, वो उनका व्यक्तित्व है। हमें अपना भारत को
नहीं, जब आप उनको एंडोर्स करेंगे, जब आप उनको एंडोर्स करेंगे तो आपको उनके हर एक व्यू पर जवाब देना पड़ेगा।
देखिए, इस्लामी
क्या आप अग्री करते हैं जो उनके व्यूज हैं, जिसको इंडियन अमेरिकन कम्युनिटी ने कंडेम करते हुए हिंदू फोबिक कहा, आप उसको एंडोर्स करते हैं क्या?
भारत में भी जो लोग कट्टरपंथा लेके पूरे विश्व के सामने भारत की छवि खराब कर रहा है,
हाँ।
हम लोग तो उसका भी कंडेम करते हैं। जो लोग भारत में आए दिन कट्टरपंथी बात कर रहे हैं, जो ताजमहल को भी मंदिर बना दे रहा है, जो आए दिन बहुत तरीके की बात करके भारत की संस्कृति को खराब करने की कोशिश कर रहा है, इसके लिए भी तो देश का छवि खराब हुआ है। भारत में भी जो कोई धार्मिक
ओके, क्विक काउंटर वरुण सिंह, देन खलीकुर रहमान। ठीक है, अब जल्दी से काउंटर ले लीजिए।
एक बात शॉर्ट कहूंगा।
अच्छा, शॉर्ट में एक बात कह रहे हैं।
भारत वर्ष में एक ऐसा भी घटना घटा था,
हाँ।
जब सोनिया गांधी प्राइम मिनिस्टर बन रहा था, तो यही बीजेपी सबसे ज्यादा विरोध किया था। यही बीजेपी सबसे विरोध किया था कि कोई विदेशी नागरिक देश का प्रधानमंत्री नहीं बने। और आज जब ऋषि सुनक ब्रिटिश प्रधानमंत्री बना था, तो यही भारतीय जनता पार्टी सबसे ज्यादा
बहुत फर्क है उसमें।
अब अमेरिका का
बहुत फर्क है उसमें। आप कौन सा पैरेलल ड्रॉ कर रहे हैं और क्या कंपैरिजन आप कर रहे हैं साबिर अली जी?
अमेरिका का न्यूयॉर्क में अगर कोई मुसलमान बनता है तो बीजेपी को झाल लगता है, तो उनको लग सकता है। हमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं। अमेरिका में क्या हो रहा है,
आप जवाब ले लीजिए साबिर अली जी।
साबिर, मैं खाली एक चीज आपसे जानना चाहता हूं कि जब वो एक रैली में जाते हैं जहां पे हिंदुओं को गाली दी जाती है, वो सही है या गलत है, और वो चुप बैठते हैं और कहते हैं उनके ही पार्टी, मतलब उनके ही स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर में जेनिफर राजकुमार, जो एक हिंदू पहली स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर की बंदी आती है, उसको कहते हैं वो हिंदू फासिस्ट है। तो हिंदुओं को इस तरीके से अटैक करने पर आप कहते हो कि ममदानी साहब का तारीफ करना चाहिए, आप ये आपकी, या फिर आप कहते हो आप सच्चे हिंदुस्तानी हो तो कहिए, ये बता दीजिए कि इस तरीके से स्टेटमेंट मारना नहीं, गलत है या सही है? गलत है या सही है? हिंदुओं को गाली देना,
हिंदुओं को गाली दे या मुसलमान को गाली दे या सिख को गाली दे, ईसाई को गाली दे, वो गलत है।
तो आप तो तारीफ कर रहे हो ना,
धार्मिक आस्थाओं को गाली नहीं देना
चाहिए।
आपकी नेता, आपका नेता भी दिन भर टीवी में आता है।
जब आप उनकी विक्ट्री को सेलिब्रेट करेंगे और आप इस तरह से उसको एंडोर्स करेंगे, प्रमोट करेंगे, तो फिर साबिर अली जी इन मुद्दों पर भी आपसे सवाल पूछा जाएगा। Let me bring in Khalikur Rahman as well. Khalikur Rahman, the allegation is that, there's an angle of appeasement politics here as well, that the political parties are eyeing. That's the only reason why the victory of Zohran Mamdani elates the opposition. He criticizes Narendra Modi. The opposition finds, solace and peace in that.
Good evening, Swati, and to all my co-panelists and to all the viewers. In fact, whatever you say, whether you like him or you hate him, but he has won, and it has been a historical victory for Zohran Mamdani. And the phrase, why celebrate a Hindu better? I think it's just not unfair. It's deeply misleading, and it reduces a democratically elected representative to a level without any factual basis, actually. See, Mamdani's win was celebrated not because of his religion or anyone else's, but because it represents the democratic choice of the people of New York and, his civil engagement. So in any healthy democracy, be it India, be it USA, so victories are celebrated for the ideas, the outreach, and the commitment a candidate brings to the people, to the table, and not for the imagined divisions, what the BJP talks about.
So, sir, tell me then, if that is the logic that you're going by, then Khalikur Rahman, my follow-up question to you is, why did the Congress party not criticize Zohran Mamdani for his views on Prime Minister Narendra Modi?
See,
you're talking about democratically elected candidate.
No, see, if everyone has, see, we are living in a democracy, and so is the US. And whatever, in fact, Zohran Mamdani has said about it, that is a separate issue. But now, at this point, the juncture, what
separate
the BJP
issue?
is trying to do is, BJP is trying
separate
to...
issue. So things have happened there democratically. Things have happened there democratically, and one should not even question the views of Zohran Mamdani. But in India, when Narendra Modi gets elected, when the BJP gets elected, there is some gadbad jhala happening. There's either vote chori happening, and you'll continue to say that, this is the politics of hatred which has won. That's not an insult to the mandate of the people. That's when you conveniently forget that this is also a democratically elected Prime Minister of this country.
But Swati, but there are evidences of the vote chori, which our leader Rahul Gandhi.
No, you're trying to change the track of the debate. The Supreme Court also kept asking for evidence, sir.
About the vote chori.
The Supreme Court also the Supreme Court kept asking for the evidence. It was not provided. The evidence has only come up during the press conferences.
No, I'm coming back to what Zohran Mamdani said during his speech. He quoted our Prime Minister tryst with the destiny. His quotation was, very much clear, and it says It talks about the promise of justice, equality, and freedom for all. We should be proud, Indians, that a person who was elected in New York as a mayor,
so it's all,
he
is it all
quoted the
based
prime minister. He got inspired.
Everybody has the right to. Okay, everybody has that right to, whether you want to call it historic, celebrate his victory or not.
Yes.
But is it all based on who he is criticizing and who he is promoting, Varun Singh?
Absolutely. As I said in the start, because he criticizes Modi, he calls Modi a war criminal, he calls Modi as someone who has butchered all the Muslims in Gujarat, which are completely untrue. None of these two people sitting in front of me can say that whatever he said, that there are no Muslims in Gujarat, can they say he is a liar? Can they say that? Can they call him? The Hindu community over there kept on asking him. There has been an attack on Gandhi statue in a temple premises. Can you come out and say that this is wrong? This Mamdani fellow didn't come out and say a single word. Can these two people today, the Congress spokesperson is, celebrating him for quoting Nehru only because he's quoting Nehru, but he cannot. Can he call him saying that he is against India because when Gandhi statue was
but Varun, then there are those in the Congress party who are saying that something like that could happen in the future in India as well. New York में तो हो गया, अब इंडिया में.
Absolutely. Yes. And let me be, I'm sitting in Mumbai. Over here in Mumbai, there has been always a fear, which many of these leaders have already expressed, that in the coming days, the way things are working up over here in Mumbai, there could be someone I do not understand, or I do not want to say that any person occupying the chair of the mayor in Mumbai can belong to a particular community or not. But the way it is being played, the way in terms of Uddhav Thackeray's rule when he was the chief minister of this particular state and how things worked out against Hindus, when Hindus were put behind bars, Karishma Rania, an idle case, when she raised voice against the loudspeakers of mosques, she was arrested. A case was filed against her.
Okay.
These people, when they come in, Hindus will be under attack.
Quick rebuttal by Sabir Ali before I wrap up. Sabir Ali ji, jaldi se.
देखिए, नेहरू जी, भारत का प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी अपने हर भाषण में ही नेहरू जी का अपमान करते हैं, अपने जितने पूर्व प्राइम मिनिस्टर सबका अपमान करते हैं, और बात कुछ गलत नहीं. देखिए, नरेंद्र मोदी जी भारत का प्रधानमंत्री है, लेकिन विश्व के सामने नरेंद्र मोदी का जो छवि है, जो कट्टरपंथ देश के जो नागरिक के प्रति, खास करके जो माइनॉरिटीज है देश के, उनके प्रति उनका जो निष्ठा नहीं है, उनका जो सेक्युलरिज्म,
उनको बुला करके अवार्ड क्यों देते हैं?
छवि सही नहीं.
ये मुस्लिम कंट्रीज बुला के नरेंद्र मोदी जी को अवार्ड क्यों देते हैं? इतना उनका कट्टरपंथ का अगर इमेज है तो मुस्लिम कंट्रीज शुड मेंटेन देयर डिस्टेंस.
देश के नागरिक, देश के मुसलमान नागरिक को सुरक्षा देने में व्यर्थ है नरेंद्र मोदी, और विश्व के सामने जाके विश्व गुरु बने, उसमें क्या फर्क पड़ता है? पहले देश के नागरिकों को दिल जीते.
अपने आप को इतना कॉन्ट्रडिक्ट कर रहे हैं. इतना पहले आपने कहा कि उनका छवि ऐसा, फिर आप मान रहे हैं कि हाँ, मुस्लिम नेशंस उनको ऑनर कर रहे हैं, उनको ऑनर कर रहे हैं, अपने कंट्री के हाईएस्ट अवार्ड्स दे रहे हैं. जेन्युइन, आई एम कंप्लीटली आउट ऑफ टाइम. थैंक यू वेरी मच. थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग अस.